Tuesday, 13th of October. All of us woke up before the sun rose. I'd been talking in my sleep apparently. We had a shower and headed down for another hotel breakfast. Very similar to the breakfast at Venice, but might I add the yogurt here was much better. We headed back to our room and then finally left for an adventure. We left the hotel fairly early and caught the subway to the Piazza Duomo. It is absolutely amazing. It was huge too, being the third largest cathedral in the world. At the entrance it said no photos, but after passing security, or more military men quickly searching your bag, you walk inside to many people sneaking in some shots. I snuck in a few, but was unable to get a clear photo. Inside was absolutely amazing. There were candles lit and the windows were stained and covered in religious paintings. There were parts where tourists weren't allowed to pass unless we wanted to do a confession. We decided to head up to the roof. It was €8 each, but me and Mum were very excited to see it. Mum had read there was an option of either walking up the stairs or catching the lift, but we were only given the lift option, thank God. The top of the Duomo was amazing. Sadly, there was a bit of construction which didn't make it feel any more medieval than it was. We ventured around and took some photos and headed back to the lift. Mum and I were disappointed because we had seen a picture on the front of an Italy book of the rooftop of the Duomo, but we couldn't find it. While waiting in line to head back down, I found another entrance and we walked through it to discover we had only seen half of it. It was an amazing view and the structure of the building was far from boring. Dad found some stairs, and after exiting at the bottom we discovered we had walked out of a different entrance. €5. It had cost us an extra €3 each just to catch the lift. After passing many people puffing and panting up the stairway, we figured we had taken the best option by taking the lift. Afterwards we went to a huge shopping centre just across from the Duomo called the Galleria Emanuele. Mum and I were in desperate need of a drink, yet the only place we could find water was McDonald's. Not surprisingly, the water wasn't cold. Seems Italy isn't famous for cold beverages. We had a little rest at Macca's, then grabbed a gelato. Then we started searching for the famous mosaic bull. Dancing on its masculinity is supposed to give you luck, and I twirled my foot around on its testicles. I feel lucky already.
Oh, you got the wrong way. That's it.
We walked around the corner and had a little rest next to the statue of Leonardo da Vinci. We caught the train to Castello Sforzesco, which was recommended by the owner of the Hotel Lucca. It was an amazing building, very big and medieval, which I loved. There was a fountain outside of it, and after Dad and I had posed for a picture, a black man came up to us and asked if we wanted to buy a bracelet. I kept refusing, saying I had no money, but he forced it on me. He gave one to Dad too, so Dad gave him some money. On the way up to the building, we were asked many times if we wanted the bracelets. I had another forced upon me, and I was asked if I wanted a boyfriend. I got that one for free. The inside of the castle was very pretty, and after walking out the other side there was a huge park, where Mum had a focaccia for lunch, and Dad and I had Fonzies, the equivalent of twisties. We ate on a little bench, and then caught the subway back to the hotel for a small rest during the siesta. We caught the subway yet again to the main shopping strip, where we had a look at the other half we didn't see the other day. There were barely any shops though, so I was disappointed. It had reached about 4 p.m, so we caught the subway on the S10, which was a new line to us, to Cimitero Monumentale. It seemed to be in a very rough part of town, but we finally found it and had a look at all the tombstones. It was the largest cemetery I'd ever seen. Some tombstones were huge structures, where they were buried inside. Unfortunately, I didn't take my camera with me, so I was unable to take photos. After finishing there, we went back to the subway station, where we became confused as to which train to catch. After being confused for about 10 minutes, we hopped on one of the trains, but then got off the next stop because it was going the wrong way. We caught another train and then realised it wasn't the right train, as it wasn't underground anymore. We had no idea where we were, but we finally found the right train, and caught it back to Port Venezia, a stop on the main shopping strip. We then caught the line we were familiar with, the Green Line, to Geneva. Apparently it was the best place to have dinner, but we didn't find many restaurants. We had dinner at a place called Woodstock. Dad and I had a huge slice of pizza, and Mum had pasta. I was very tired at this point, was ready to go home. We caught the subway back to Loreto, and finally made it home, where I had the nicest shower, rated the journal, and fell asleep.